So now one of the craziest things about you is the weight loss, right? Now
Yes.
people have written about your weight loss. A lot of people have been very interested about your weight loss, and we will be posting some pictures about your weight loss because that's impressive. So you want to give a bit of a background about how much you used to weigh?
Yeah, how did you stop eating a lot of cake?
I never ate a lot of cake actually. There was a lot of
Pizza.
rice
Oh,
and fries. Acha.
God. I
I
love
was
fries.
180 kgs in 2015. 2014, 2015. 2015 is when I
Look at
started.
his face.
2015 May is when I
And that's
started.
over double me.
Yes, I was 100 and we can pull
Yeah, I know.
three, four.
Yeah, to be honest, you shouldn't really ever
Yeah.
compare to me.
Yeah. There's no comparison. That's not a good.
I'm
So
not
yeah,
measuring stick.
the first thing I actually went about doing was sort of correcting my eating habits, my sleep cycle, my eating habits, because I've had never been to the gym in my life, and it was to scare the hell out of me.
Yeah.
So
And there's so many
that was
excuses that you can come up with.
yeah, you would know.
Yo!
So khair, sorry,
Gym.
Gym.
Scared of the gym.
Scared of the gym. So my goal initially was always to just lose my weight by following a specific diet. But then as time went on, I realized that diet alone wasn't the answer, because my journey was a lot more tougher than losing say 5 kgs or 10 kgs. It was over 100 kgs that I had to lose. So I had to correct my eating habits. I had to clear out my fridge and just buy the things and keep the things, because you have triggers, and I had a lot of them.
Yeah.
So I would associate food with anger, with anxiety, with happiness, with overworking. So everything, हर चीज का नतीजा है खा लो बस.
Yeah.
गुस्सा है खा लो, उदास हो खा लो, खुश है खा लो. So that was something that I had to actually work on and write down my triggers as to what triggers me to eat.
Did you just write everything?
Yeah, I used to write it like almost every night.
But
That-
where did you like वो सारा जो सामान that you took out from your fridge, where did you?
I was actually thinking that.
वो कहाँ
I
किया
actually
था?
donated it to my friends.
So you intended to make them fat and yourself
No,
thinner.
they were good. They had great genetics. They would never get fat.
Wow.
They eat like anything.
You never gave me anything.
We weren't friends back then.
Oh, so true.
Yeah.
So now, obviously, one of the more interesting sides of this is how did people treat you before being fat? How did they treat you after being fat?
There's this thing I always
If you
say.
don't mind.
Yeah. There's this thing I always say, that I was really big,
Yeah.
but I was invisible. And now I am like less than half a size than I used to be. But I am not invisible anymore. People talk about you, people want to meet you, and everything changes. Basically, your mind changes. The way, at the pace your mind works changes, which is something unbelievable, which is something I never realized, that actually when you gain a lot of weight, your mind slows down. So you can't think properly. You have issues thinking, and thinking is one of the hardest things to do in life. So
I overthink all the time.
yeah, overthinking and actual good thinking are two different things.
Oh, you would know.
Of course. So
That's what he's explaining.
so your mind starts working better, your body starts responding to events a lot better, like you start dealing with pressure a lot better, you deal with your anger issues a lot in a more mature way,
Because you're not eating, you're now thinking about
you're
it.
not thinking about it. So basically all the negative energy is spent in the gym. So all you have left is a lot of positive energy. And so I mean, it's really important for people to know that weight loss may, I think, more than the workout, more than the diet, it's up here. If this is not in the right place,
Yeah.
no matter how hard you're dieting, no matter how hard you're working out in the gym, nothing's ever going to work out.
You need the intention.
Yes.
अब इसमें जो है ना वो what I think is कि अभी like in a few previous live sessions ना I mentioned it ये वाली चीज़, and then we talked about it in a few podcasts as well कि like during this quarantine, like people have found different ways to cope with the issues that they have. ठीक है, let's say they are looking for ways to vent out, ठीक है, their depression, their anxiety, their anger issues, their sadness, your happiness, but there is like, because since they cannot go out, so they are sort of running out of things that they can use to cope with the things. ठीक है, so for me it is always, let's say, writing, ठीक है, because it gives me an outlet basically. So like you, like, correct me if I'm wrong, you channelized all of that that negative energy and turn it into positive by focusing on yourself,
Yeah.
by feeling good about yourself.
You have to, there comes a point where you have to start respecting yourself a lot more than you used to. And that is a process. It's not like मैं आपको ये बात बोलूंगा, people who are listening to this, और आप लोग कहेंगे कल सुबह उठेंगे और सब सही हो जाएगा. It's a process. You fall down, you get back up, you fall down, you get back up. So you have to start believing that you matter, and that everything else is just secondary. You come first. But you have to create boundaries. I had no boundaries. Like I used to feel so bad about saying no to people. Like I could not say no to people. Now I can easily say no to people because it does not fit my own space.
Yeah.
इस तरह की छोटी छोटी चीजें होती हैं. और weight loss में, let me tell you, it's going to be really tough if you have anything more than a 20 kg वाला, जो अगर आपका weight loss का कोई है ऐसा, कि if you have to lose more than 20 kg, it's going to be really tough.
Right.
And people talk a lot about motivation.
Yeah.
Motivation goes out of the window every morning. रात को आप फुल मोटिवेटेड सोते हैं, यार मैंने ये कर देना, सुबह उठ के सुबह उठेंगे,
Just 5 minutes.
What gets you through is discipline, and you have to. And if you are obese or morbidly obese and you really have to lose a lot of weight, then you have to basically be military discipline. नहीं होता वो चाहिए. There was a time when I used to eat 3 things throughout the year, every single day. Every single day, I would have my sandwich in the morning, my keema in the afternoon, and my grilled chicken at night. For a year, I think for 2 years, that is every single day without changing.
I can see, like, and I know, because there have been like a lot of instances where we would go to his place to meet Auntie and Wazi, and we would like हम लोग कुछ और खा रहे हैं, ठीक है, and he has his own like calculated properly, like वो वजन हुआ हुआ है उसका, सारे खाने का calories counted and all of those things. He's just sitting, and even though there's a lot of different things, ठीक है, खाना इसके सामने पड़ा हुआ that you can like cheat out or like like munch on, but he would stick to हाँ मेरी यही diet है जो मैं follow कर. But I would get sick of like trying 3 things for 1 year.
You know, so why I recommend it? It's not something a lot of people can do. Why I recommend it? When you're on a diet, you have to say, अच्छा आज क्या खाऊं? Stress किधर जाता है? Mental. You need to keep your mental health in check because it gets affected. When you're eating less calories than you're supposed to, your mental health gets directly affected. And let's not make any mistake about that. So you have to make sure कि आपके पास choices खत्म करें. ये जो मुफ्त का स्ट्रेस है, आज क्या खाऊं, what do I eat today जो healthy हो, just 3 चीजें बनाओ, meal prep करो, every Sunday make your boxes, put them, label them, keep them in the fridge or the freezer, warm them up, eat them. Stress खत्म होता है. Then fluctuation बहुत होती है weight में. If you're going through a weight loss journey, your weight and I used to weigh myself every morning. So the fluctuations, then you start thinking, oh, I ate that yesterday. Even if you did not eat anything wrong, you would mentally, it would affect your journey.
Right.
So you take that equation out of the way. I'm eating the same stuff. If there's fluctuation, no worries.
Right.
Just do not worry about it. If you're feeling good, if your clothes are fitting better, focus on that. Stop focusing on the weighing machine so much. Yes, it's important to weigh yourself, but not so important that you start losing it, because there will be fluctuations. It could be because of high salt intake. It could be lack of sleep. It could be anything. It could be stress. It could be anything.
Right, but it's definitely not the food.
Definitely, and if you're eating the same food.
Yeah.
Okay. But tell me something. जो mental health वाली चीज that you just mentioned, ठीक है? There are a lot of like people who like have their weight loss journeys all over the internet, ठीक है? They have like very freaking lengthy captions as well, ठीक है? Which have nothing to do with the real life, ठीक है?
Yeah.
Because it's just like something that people would want to make a trend out of, ठीक है? And it doesn't actually show the backstory of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned that like if you're going through a weight loss journey, it actually affects your mental health very much.
It does.
So you went through a gigantic weight loss journey. Okay. So I'm sure that there were a lot of mental health issues with you as well.
Yeah.
What was your outlet then?
So I had an amazing support system. So I had 2 friends. One of them recommended I start coloring. So there was an adult coloring book. Every time I felt stressed and every time my mental health deteriorated, because let me tell you, an obese person is hiding things that you cannot even imagine inside. They are a lava that just wants to burst because they feel left out. They can't wear the clothes they want to wear. They see something online. When you order that and you wear it, it looks like something completely different, and it affects you. You can't plan. I mean, you have to plan. I used to buy my clothes in advance if there's a wedding in the family, or if there's a birthday that I really have to dress up well for. I used to order them online, pay excessive amount of money from UK or US because they had those big and tall sizes. Pakistan में तो होते ही नहीं है. अब जाके थोड़ा trend आया है. It's better, it's good. But I mean, ये चीजें ना आपका mental health को affect करती हैं. And you're hiding all of those emotions and trying to actually act like it does not affect you. So when you're going through that journey and when you can sense that anger, you have to use that anger. I tell everyone that anger is your biggest weapon. If you use it wisely, if you use it right, you will make sure you go and end this thing once and for all. But if you go through phases where there are people sitting, there's a birthday party, you have goals, you can't eat. There's a pizza in front of you, there are fries in front of you.
Cake.
I stopped. Oh yeah, cake. I mean, what's more tempting than cake? So there's cake and there's everything, and you can't eat because you know you can't afford to.
Yeah.
It affects you mentally. When you know that, I have to, and then people put a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah.
Because they would look at you and just without any reasoning say, you're not losing weight. It's not working for you.
And
the fat shaming as well.
Or why do you need to lose weight? Because you look fine. And then things like when you lose weight, they will go say, you looked better when you were bigger.
Oh yeah.
I have had that thrown in my face so many times. You have no idea.
I can imagine.
Why?
Like 2 days ago, somebody told me that you looked a lot cuter when you were fat. I was like, okay, I'll take that. It's okay. I don't mind looking less cute.
I am sure you took that compliment because I'm sure it came from a girl.
No comments.
See, I
That's
told
a
you.
perfect segue.
I told